saw a notice. Story swap. Bring a story if you still know one. If you still know one. Hello, Peddler Polly. Came a sad little girl's voice. Well, it's my good friend Penny. Do you have any good stories for me? I'll gladly trade for something for my cart.
Penny stopped and sniffed.
I don't have any stories. Hardly anyone in Tailtown does. We're all losing our stories.
Losing your stories? Whatever do you mean?
Well, we start to tell a story, and then it's gone. We can't remember it anymore. Come to the story swap this afternoon and see.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Another cart had parked in the town square. Its sign said,
Dr. Sebastian Spellbinder Entertainment Paraphernalia.
And in the cart stood a man with a top coat, top hat, and a goatee, surrounded by piles of wooden boxes.
a crowd was gathering before him.
You've heard a storyteller, and you've heard a storybook. Well, I'm here to show you something about a still. Brand new, patented, Spellbinder story boxes.
Oh, Peddler Polly, he's selling stories. Dr. Spellbinder held up one of the wooden boxes showing a pane of glass on the side.
The glass came to life, tiny characters moved across the pane, and tiny voices came out.
Someone in the crowd yelled,
That's Cinderella!
Dr. Spellbinder turned the knob and a different moving picture appeared.
That's Puss in Boots!
He turned the knob again.
Never again will you have to imagine the pictures, and never again will you have to ask for a story. Who will be the first to buy a Spellbinder storybox? I'll take one. I'll take two.
Soon, Dr. Spellbinder's cart was empty. The town square was filled with children and adults staring all blankly at the little boxes.
I don't like the looks of this. When Peddler Polly arrived to the story swap that afternoon, the town hall was packed. The room was buzzing with the talk about the lost stories and Spellbinder storybooks.
Finally, Mayor Bertha Bigwig took the stage. She glanced nervously around her.
Welcome to the Story Swap. It is my honor to tell the first story, The Pied Piper of Hamlet.
From her seat by an open window, Peddler Polly heard a soft whir and a sucking noise.
Life in the town of Hamlet was pleasant, if not for
The mayor turned pale.
Oh no, I've lost my story!
And she ran from the stage. A horrified murmur rose in the room.
Milton Marbles, the school teacher, tried next.
My story is Jack and the Beanstalk.
And again, Peddler Polly heard a soft whir and a sucking noise.
There once was a poor old widow who had an only son named.
Oh
He fled the stage in tears.
Next came
This is a myth of Pegasus.
no! Peddler Polly heard the noises once more.
A long time ago in Greece, there was a horse called Pegasus. This horse was special because... Stop the swap! We can't afford to lose any more stories. It's the end of storytelling in Tailtown.
As it started to fill the room, Peddler Polly thought she heard a crackle up the window.
She looked out the window and saw a man with a top coat and a top hat hurry away from the building. He carried a large wooden box with switches, knobs, dials, and a long hose attached to it.
I better look into this. Peddler Polly passed in front
sucker and reached it. He threw something behind him. There was a flash of light, and out of nowhere, a huge crowd of children appeared. Coming uphill toward Peddler Polly, they were led by a man in a colored costume playing on a pipe.
Peddler Polly pushed past the startled men and pressed through the crowd of memorized children.
Dr. Spellbinder was far ahead, but Peddler Polly ran hard and gained on him.
One good story deserves another, Peddler Polly.
Dr. Spellbinder lifted the lid on the story sucker and reached it. With another flash, and Peddler Polly saw a boy chopping down a gigantic beanstalk. Just then, the boy took to his heels, calling,
Peddler Polly looked up and stopped just in time. A huge man tumbled from the sky with an earth-shaking crash.
Said Peddler Polly while she ran around the giant and waved to the boy and called,
Thank you, Dad.
Dr. Spellbinder had vanished behind a hill, and Peddler Polly panted after him. As she rounded the bend, she gasped.
there, tied to a landing platform, was a lighted and air balloon, and Dr. Spellbinder was climbing into the basket.
Oh no, now we'll get away for sure. Unless, guess it's all over now, Peddler Polly. If it's the one I think it is.
Dr. Spellbinder threw it to the ground again, and another flash, there stood a long, graceful winged horse.
Pegasus!
Peddler Polly ran and leaped onto the horse. And she dug in her heels.
The horse flapped its wings smoothly and rose in the air. Up and up it spiraled until it was flying in circles around the dismayed Dr. Spellbinder.
Guess you forgot your mythology, Spellbinder. Didn't you know Pegasus was a flying horse?
Peddler Polly rode in close, grabbed Dr. Spellbinder, and flung it across the horse's back.
My story, sucker!
Cried Dr. Spellbinder as the balloon floated away with his invention.
Guess you don't need it where you're going. For a crime not shutting up stories, a judge is sure to shut you up unhappily ever after.
A few weeks later, when all of Dr. Spellbinder's story boxes had been opened and the stories returned to their tellers, the people of Tailtown had a big storytelling festival on the town square. Mayor Bigwig announced,
And our special guest for today is Peddler Polly. Well, thanks. And now I'll tell a story called Peddler Polly and the Story Stealer.
And that's a tale
They'll always